Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am absolutely surrounded and just comforted by all my lovely pretty rainbows. They're all poofy and cute and lovely. So, I have some more stuff for you about military, and I just thought of this one because it was just so, it's hard to forget, and it was fun. But I ended up having to go to the hospital quite often. Even then, they were testing me for all sorts of stuff, and so I'd end up having to go. And well, one day, Sergeant Green comes up and he hands me what looks like a young man in his BDU outfit and everything. And he tells me, this is a rainbow, and you're going to have to take him to the hospital. A rainbow? I'm sure my face looked like that. And he quickly explained, a rainbow is somebody who has just arrived and still has all their hair and everything. And that's one of the reasons why they're called that, because of all the rainbow of colors of their hair. And believe me, sometimes it can get really colorful. Now, I've got this kid, and I've been on base for a few weeks. So, I have some run of the place. And so I take him under my wing, so to speak, and I asked him, okay, where do you have to go, et cetera, et cetera. And as soon as he got done, um, I had other stuff to do, so I had to have him with me. He followed me everywhere, right? Well, I will admit, when I was younger, I was a little more proactive, I guess. And I remembered quite clearly my recruiter promising me all sorts of things, but they never panned out. So when I was in the hospital, I noticed that there was a payphone, and I knew that I was not that far from my TI. I'm sorry, not my TI, but my recruiter. And I thought, well, I'm sure I could look him up. So I did. And I looked up my recruiter, and I asked the operator if they could dial the number, and they did. And then I asked them if they could, forward the bill to that office, like, a, what do you call it, like a collect call. And they accepted the charges. So I was like, okay, cool. And I asked them if this sergeant was there. And they said, yes, he was. And so I proceeded to have a word or two with him, as politely as possible, about the lackluster promises that he made, and how very much he was a liar. And you know what? It felt pretty good. It was like, it was very relaxing, telling him off. I'm sure some people would want to yell at him and things like that. I didn't feel like it. I just was disappointed. And I think that's worse for some people. Like, I'm, I keep hearing this from my friends, but when they were growing up, if their parents were disappointed in them, it was worse than them being mad at them. So, who knows? But they had to hold that person in high esteem, and I doubt that recruiter really cared. Who knows? But we were at the hospital still, and it came around to like chow time, and we weren't even close to being able to go back. So I said to the rainbow, I was like, okay, we should go get something to eat, but I have an idea. And so I found a place where we could hide our web belts. We could hide our big black envelopes. There's the big black leather envelopes, and they have like all paperwork and some other stuff in it, and then a zipper on the top, and a couple other things. And then what I did was what I have done most of my life, and I recommend that you do it as well, is that whenever you happen to go into a place, act like you belong there, and most people won't question you at all. And so that's what we did. And I told him, I was like, can you fake it and pretend like you belong here? Yes. Okay, come on, you gotta convince me now. And he worked on it a little bit until finally he had his little confidence up. And then we went into a chow hall to go eat. So we grabbed some stuff, and it was a nice little chow hall, nothing major, grabbed our food and got some stuff done. And I started to look around, and I realized this was not an enlisted chow hall. I had done the faux pas mistake of going into a private officers club and having my lunch. Yeah. And you know what? At that point was when it dawned on me, and I thought, oh, this could go really bad. I could get in so much trouble. Didn't mean to. However, we did not get in trouble, and it went rather well. And then, of course, I brought the rainbow back, and, my TI was looking at him and looking at me, and he's like, did this all get done? Yes, sir, airman, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, all right, good. Airman, blah, blah, blah. You did really well. Cool. Go do your thing. Cool. And so we did. And it was just, it was a really good day. I really enjoyed it. And I highly recommend getting lost sometimes. Not too lost, but, just a little bit. Like when you're out driving or something, just a little bit lost can be kind of fun because you'll discover all these places that otherwise on your rigid, dogmatic way you might never have seen. So sometimes choosing to get a little lost with somebody who's usually a good navigator can be, I think, a very good thing. Now, of course, nowadays with petrol being expensive, perhaps being a good navigator on a bicycle or something else might be a better option. But, either way, there's so much to explore out there. You just have to keep yourself safe. You keep yourself safe in whatever manner you feel is appropriate. And, yeah, you should be all right. I don't know. The Air Force was funny, though. And this all ties in, all of it. This is the third story here. Because I had had so many appointments, I had unfortunately fallen afoul of a couple of training classes. And one of those training classes was STD classes. And you call them STI classes here, or yeah. And I was not looking forward to this because I've been in the situation where I was the only female in a male dominated area, and it is not fun. It's not. But it is if you have a thick skin and you can just play along with it and pretend. So, yeah, that's kind of what I did. I went and I walked into the classroom. There was no one in there but the teacher, and I was very polite, formal, and I was like, please go easy on me, because I know I'm the only girl here. And he gave me the kind of answer I was expecting. Oh, yeah, sure, we're going to go easy on you. Wink, wink. Oh, great. All right, well, you asked for it. And I didn't tell him that out loud because, that would just be a little bit too much of a hint. I just let it go. Found a spot to sit and sat down. And, the teacher was having all kinds of conversations about, comfort levels and things that could help with your mental health. And, of course, those were wonderful. And I'm sorry, my kitty cat keeps coming by, and she's very distracting and she's very cute. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and let's see, how do I tell this next part of the story? It's a little difficult. Okay. The teacher is talking about how men can they have a very difficult time relieving the stress within their body in that certain direct manner, uh, without being caught. And it was very annoying for them because they had a lot of stress. And I saw this as an opportunity. Don't ask me why. Maybe I just was not scared, but I put my hand up. And I put my hand up kind of like this. And I said, well, I'm not aware of anybody in my flight that had any problems with stress, except, like when they would go marching or when they were learning something new. But once they had reached that point, they were quite comfy. And I think it was something that really helped out. So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Man. Okay, let's see. I know I'm missing something. I'm trying to remember a little bit more about this because this was quite a long time ago. And I'm doing my very best to remember all of it so I don't miss out on things. But I'm losing my focus, and this is not good. See, I need the Hitchhiker's Guide lemon juice hat. That would help substantially. It would help a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna go look and see if I can find a place where I can go swimming, where I don't have to worry so much about bugaboos and things like that. Not fun. Jeez, just some of the images. Man. All right. Well, I have to say this also. Ever since I moved to back to England, back to the UK, my allergies are just far surpassing my expectations, and yeah, they just won't leave me alone. Is this like a UK thing? Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get an avalanche of. Well, yeah, of course it is, but it doesn't matter what I'm doing, where I am, what I have in my hands, what I don't have in my hands. It feels like I always need to have a tissue nearby. Like, constantly have to have a tissue nearby because I have the sniffles or I have an itchy nose, and it turns out, well, no, it's not an itchy nose alone, it's an itchy nose plus sniffles and runny nose too. Ugh, it's not fun. And right now I'm using Benadryl. It's like, what is it, £9 for the box? And yeah, so that was rather difficult to deal with, and not really enjoying that too much. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go because my cat's starting to howl. Sorry about that. Please subscribe below if you like what I'm doing, okay? Thank you.